What up, players? We back in this um obviously we saw the Chimaev versus Leon Edwards fight. Got called off again. So I was on Twitter scrolling and I see, Leon Edwards had a nice little tweet to Masvidal. It said, "Where that bitch George at?" You know? I saw it and I was like, it's not a bad fight. It's not a bad fight. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to see that. Like, I mean, you can't really. I feel like you could call him a bitch just because he pulled a little on your ass. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't really, he kind of like. Nah, you can't even say he, like, snuck you because he was in your face. So yeah, you can't really call him a bitch because he did three-piece your ass. And you didn't really do shit about it. Even though you say you couldn't because they obviously pulled you away. But yeah, I think Masvidal said, look, Masvidal said to Kobe, he said he didn't want to take the Kobe fight because he told them that it's not a stylistic matchup for him, a good one, because Kobe likes to wrestle. But let's be honest here. Look at the welterweight division, bro. All the top guys, bro. Top 5 guys could wrestle, bro. All of them, bro. You got the champ Usman. We saw what he did to your ass, Masvidal. He dominated your ass. That's wrestling. You got Gilbert Burns, bro. He's gonna take you down, bro. We saw what he did to Woodley. He took him down. Obviously, he has a good jiu-jitsu. He trains with a Usman, so they're similar. You got Covington, bro. Obviously, you say you didn't want to fight him because you know what I mean. And he's a good ass wrestler. We saw what he did to Woodley. We saw what he did to Damian Maia, Robbie Lawler, all them dudes. And Usman didn't even want to take that. They didn't even take each other down because they just basically canceled the wrestling out. Then you got Leon Edwards. Same thing. He could stand up, but he's also gonna shoot for his takedowns. You know what I mean? Like they're all. And then you got Stephen Thompson, obviously, which he's obviously a striker. And that's obviously a striking fight you probably don't want, if I'm being honest. But that's a fight that you probably would rather take because he's not going to take you down. And you know you're going to be standing. So, yeah, like, if you honestly want to be the champ or even have top fights in the welterweight division, you're going to have to fight these dudes then they all wrestle. So it's like, bro, don't hit me with it's a bad stylistic matchup because they all wrestle, bro. Like, you're going to have to wrestle with all them dudes. You know? So it's like, I feel like he could get the Nate Diaz fight because he knows Nate is obviously not going to wrestle. And it's going to be a good fight. And the Stephen Thompson fight. If he takes those 2 fights after that, bro, after that, you have to wrestle. You know what I mean? And even the Stephen Thompson fight, there's a chance you lose that standing up because we know how fucking skilled Thompson is. He already beat him. He fucking dominated him standing up. So even that, it's not even like he's favored in that matchup. I don't even know if he'll be favored, will he? I mean, they lost the first time. He probably won't even be. He'll probably be an underdog. So, you're basically fucked if you don't want to wrestle. So I think Masvidal against Leon Edwards is not the worst matchup. It has a good story behind it. The 3-piece. He's gonna get his revenge. They're probably gonna talk shit to each other for sure in the conferences. Like, I know Edwards is pissed. He's gotta be pissed, bro. Who wouldn't be pissed after getting your ass bop bop bop? Got your ass bopped up, boy. But Kobe Covington fight also makes sense, bro. I think it makes a little more sense, I would say, because they were friends and shit. And Kobe's gonna fucking come at him crazy. Kobe's gonna talk mad shit, bro. But yeah, you already calling him out. Masvidal ain't really replying to nobody. I don't know where Masvidal been at. We ain't really heard of him. He ain't really doing interviews like that. We know he like to stay low key, but you gonna have to fight, baby. You gonna have to fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, you're gonna have to fight your fucking wrestler, bro. And then if you I feel like if you take this fight with Leon Edwards, which I probably think he won't. It's because Masvidal. The thing about Masvidal, Masvidal thinks that he got this Nate Diaz fight. Now he thinks he's this fucking star. He thinks he's Conor McGregor basically. He's not. He's like he's box office, but he's not Conor McGregor. And I think he got a little over. He got a little like. He thinks he's a little bigger than what he really is. Especially because he hasn't done media no more. He doesn't even really do like Twitter or nothing like that, And if he does on Twitter, it's about politics. He's not really talking about UFC, So your hype already went down. You know what I mean? So you can't just keep playing this hype that you used to have when you fought Usman, because you don't have it no more. You still have it obviously still, but not to that degree. So and then you got beat, you got dominated at your last fight. So when Masvidal says like I'm basically just gonna give Leon Edwards a career, or not a career, but like I'm the one bringing the money in and Leon ain't bringing nothing in. It's like, yeah, that's true. You are bigger than him, but you're not Conor McGregor, like where it's like you're basically gonna hand him you're basically gonna make the guy rich. But yeah, like I feel like he had his couple fights that he did have. They sold good. I think they're like 1.1 or 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. But I feel like and he said the same thing for Kobe Covington. He said, Kobe Covington does nothing for me. Like I'm basically gonna just make him relevant, which is not true actually, because Kobe Covington has stayed consistent. He's been talking trash since back then, and he's still consistent with the, with the interviews. He's still talking his trash, so people still people still messing with him, bro. So I think that fight with Kobe Covington will actually do good. Like I think it would actually do good, especially because the build up is gonna be the build up to that fight is gonna be crazy. So that's gonna be a dope fight right there. So if you don't wanna, you can't say you're gonna give Kobe Covington his career because he's already, people already like to watch him. He's entertaining. Masvidal, he's all right. You know what I mean? He's entertaining, but he hasn't been real consistent with it. So if you wanted to work out for both sides, I would say don't take the fight with Leon. Fight Kobe. But the Leon Edwards fight also makes sense. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I would just say Kobe Covington be your first option, which I don't know if you would, because I think he knows Kobe is probably a bigger threat than Leon Edwards. But it all depends to him. You want the bigger paycheck, or you want the easier fight? I don't know. It all depends on what's his choice. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you guys. You think Leon Edwards will be? You think Masvidal Leon Edwards is a better fight, than Masvidal and Covington, money wise and skill wise, or I'd rather see Kobe fight him? Let me know. Probably drop another video later on. Subscribe to your boy. Peace.